I never quit. These words are not just a phrase, they are a declaration of war. A statement that separates the weak from the strong, the broken from the unbreakable, the victims from the warriors. Every time you whisper these words into the silence of your struggle, you are planting a flag on the battlefield of life and saying, I will not bow, I will not surrender, I will not disappear. Life is not fair. It will crush you, humiliate you, and laugh at your pain. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about how tired you are. And the brutal truth is this: nobody is coming to save you. Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't hand out trophies for showing up. The world only respects results, discipline, and resilience. So what are you going to do when life hits you in the mouth? What are you going to do when the weight feels unbearable? What are you going to do when everything inside of you screams to quit? That is the moment that defines who you are. That is the moment where I never quit becomes more than a phrase. It becomes your identity. Because quitting is easy. Anyone can quit. Anyone can walk away when the pain gets too loud, when the fear grows too big, when the road stretches too far. Quitting is the currency of the average. But perseverance, that's the language of greatness. Think about it. Every champion you admire, every name that echoes through history, every person who ever changed the world, what do they all have in common? Not talent alone, not luck, not connections. They had this: a refusal to quit. They were beaten, they were ridiculed, they were abandoned, but they kept moving, step after step, strike after strike, day after day. The human mind is a dangerous place. It will try to convince you that you are not enough. It will whisper lies into your ear. You're too weak, too broken, too late. It will show you the exits and beg you to walk out. But you must rise above your own mind. You must become the master of your inner voice. Forgive your past mistakes, accept the present, and burn the bridges to your fear. You are enough. You have enough time. You are strong.
Conquer it. You must tell it, shut up, I'm not going anywhere. I never quit. You see, pain is temporary, suffering is temporary, fear is temporary, but quitting, that lasts forever. Once you accept quitting, it carves itself into your identity. You will see it every time you look into the mirror. You will feel it every time you sit in silence. And that wound never heals, because deep down you will always know, I could have been more, but I gave up. Do you really want to live with that? Do you really want your life defined by surrender? Or do you want your story to be a war cry that says, no matter what stood against me, I kept fighting? Every single day you have two choices: quit or keep going. It's not complicated, it's not glamorous. It's brutal, it's dirty, it's exhausting, but the choice is yours. And if you can master that choice, if you can say, I never quit, when everything in your life demands that you do, then nothing can stop you. Not fear, not pain, not doubt, not failure. Nothing. Look at your own life. How many times have you walked away? How many dreams have you buried because you convinced yourself they were too far, too hard, too impossible? How many times have you given the enemy the victory by handing it over without a fight? That stops now. Today is the line in the sand. Today is the day you swear to yourself, no more quitting, no more excuses, no more surrender. When you embrace that mindset, your world changes. Obstacles turn into opportunities, failures become fuel, pain becomes a teacher. Every setback is not a signal to stop, it's an invitation to grow stronger. And once you understand this, you realize that quitting was never an option. It was only a lie you were telling yourself to escape discomfort. But warriors don't escape discomfort. They walk straight into it. They welcome it. They know that greatness is forged in fire. You cannot build strength in comfort. You cannot develop resilience in ease. You cannot become unstoppable by quitting every time the storm hits. You become unstoppable by standing in the rain, bleeding, broken, but still shouting, "I never quit." And maybe right now you feel like you're drowning. Maybe you feel like the world has forgotten you. Maybe you failed more times than you can count. Good. That means you're in the perfect position to prove to yourself that you are unbreakable. The enemy thinks you're finished? Prove him wrong. Life thinks you're defeated? Prove it wrong. Your own doubts think you can't handle this? Prove them wrong. Because the truth is this: the battle is not against the world, the battle is against yourself. The war is in your own mind. The chains are in your own heart. And if you can conquer that, you can conquer anything. So stand up, look in the mirror, and declare it out loud. I never quit. Say it with your chest. Say it with your soul. Let those words echo in your bones until they are part of your DNA. Because when you finally embody those words, nothing can destroy you. They can take your money, your comfort, your strength, your pride, but they can never break your will. And that is what this world respects. Not talent, not luck, not privilege, willpower, endurance, relentless persistence. That is the currency of warriors. That is the language of the few who rise above the many. Now I'm asking you, are you willing to become one of them? Are you willing to bleed for your dream? Are you willing to suffer for your vision? Are you willing to embrace the pain, the fear, the doubt, and still refuse to quit? If your answer is yes, then say it again, louder, stronger, with fire in your soul. I never quit. And if this message hits you deep, if it lights something inside you, then don't keep it to yourself. Comment below, I never quit. Let those words be your declaration, your public commitment, your line in the sand. And while you're here, subscribe, because this is not just a video, this is a movement, a brotherhood, a sisterhood.
Warriors who refuse to surrender. This is only the beginning. I never quit. Say it again. Let it burn inside your chest like fire. Let it roar inside your skull like thunder. Because this is not just motivation. This is survival. This is war. And in war, you don't get the luxury of quitting. You either fight or you die. You either push or you collapse. You either rise or you vanish. Understand this truth. The road to greatness is paved with suffering. It is soaked in sweat, tears, and blood. No man or woman who ever achieved anything extraordinary walked an easy road. They fought tooth and nail, day and night, against themselves, against the world, against the voice inside their head that screamed, "Quit." But they didn't. And that's why we remember them. That's why their names echo through time. Because they refuse to bow. They refuse to break. And now, it's your turn. You think you're tired? Good. You think you're broken? Perfect. You think you failed too many times? Even better. Because now you have nothing left to lose. Now you are dangerous. Now you are ready to rise. Weakness is a choice, and so is strength. Pain is inevitable, but quitting? That's optional. And if you choose to never quit, nothing, absolutely nothing can stop you. Listen, life will keep testing you. The higher you climb, the harder the storms will hit. The more you push, the heavier the weight becomes. But that is the design. That is the process. The storm is not here to break you. It's here to build you. The weight is not here to crush you. It's here to carve you into steel. Every time you survive what was meant to destroy you, you become something greater. Every time you keep going when you had every reason to quit, you forge a weapon out of your own soul. And weapons don't quit. Do you think soldiers in battle get to say, "I'm tired, I quit"? No, they fight until the last breath. They fight until the mission is complete. And that's the mentality you need for your life.
To walk away from the fight because you're uncomfortable. You don't get to surrender because it's hard. You fight. You fight for your dream, for your family, for your purpose, for your soul. Every scar on your body, every failure in your past, every tear you've shed, they are proof that you are still here. Proof that you've survived every battle so far. Proof that you are stronger than you think. If you were weak, you would have already quit. But you didn't. You're still standing. And that means something. That means there is still fire inside of you. That means your story is not over. So don't you dare stop now. Don't you dare walk away. Don't you dare betray the warrior inside of you by quitting. Because every time you quit, you kill a part of yourself. Every time you give up, you bury your potential. Every time you surrender, you let your enemy win. And your enemy is not out there. It's in here, in your mind, in your excuses, in your fear, in your laziness. That is the real war. That is the real battlefield. And you can't win that war by quitting. You win by refusing to surrender, by standing tall when everything inside you wants to fall. Repeat after me. I never quit. Say it until your body shakes. Say it until your fear shatters. Say it until your weakness drowns in its own silence. Because that is the only way you build the unbreakable version of yourself. Through fire, through pain, through storms, and through persistence. And yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will feel impossible. Yes, you will want to quit 1,000 times, but every time you refuse, every time you push forward, you carve your name into the stone of eternity. You prove to yourself that you are not average, not ordinary, not weak. You are a warrior. You are a fighter. You are relentless. There will come a day when you look back at your journey and smile. Not because it was easy, but because you endured. Not because the pain disappeared, but because you mastered it. Not because the storm stopped,
but because you learned how to walk through them without breaking. That day will come, but only if you never quit. So right now, I want you to picture the dream you've been running from. Picture the life you said you wanted but gave up on. Picture the person you could be if you stopped surrendering. Do you see it? That's yours. That belongs to you. But only if you fight for it. Only if you endure for it. Only if you refuse to quit for it. You can have it, but you must pay the price. And the price is perseverance. The price is sacrifice. The price is saying, I never quit, every single day until the world bends to your will. So here is your challenge. Today, tomorrow, and every day after, when your body is tired, when your mind is screaming, when your heart feels empty, you will stand tall and you will say, I never quit. Out loud, with conviction, with rage, with faith. And you will keep going, one more step, one more rep, one more battle, until your last breath. Because this is the truth. Life will not give you what you want. It will give you what you fight for. And if you quit, you get nothing. But if you refuse to quit, you get everything. So stand up, look in the mirror one last time, stare into your own eyes, and declare your war cry. I never quit. And if you feel that fire burning inside of you, if this message hit you like a punch to the chest, then make your commitment right now. Comment below, I never quit. Prove to yourself and to the world that you are not just another voice in the crowd, you are a warrior. And if you want more, if you want to keep feeding that fire, then subscribe right now. Because this is not just about one video. This is about building an army of warriors who refuse to surrender, who live by these words, who will rise together and change everything. The world doesn't need more quitters. The world needs you. The world needs the unbreakable. The world needs those who rise in the fire and shout louder than the storm, "I never quit!"